Hello again, it's Sam Gregory and I'm back with some more images from the Dolomites for us to take a look at. So let's jump into it. Okay, so this is actually looking towards the Marmolada, which is a very famous area of the Dolomites, and it's an area that we will visit on the tour in June. And there's a beautiful pass that runs away from Colfosco where we're staying towards this area, and as you come down it's quite a snaking sort of a road. In the mornings at this time of year especially, you get some really nice side light coming in from this left hand side. So I'd driven up over the pass. It was pretty brutal weather actually up on the tops, but I hoped that there would be some nice light just crunching through, as there was. So this is the first interpretation of the scene, and you can see there's some nice light just creeping into this lower left hand side. But sometimes it's just worth hanging on a few more minutes and just watching it develop, and it's always important to watch that with your eyes rather than just being glued to the back of the camera, because often you can see things a bit more if you're not staring through the camera, because your peripheral vision allows you to take in a wider scene. Now this is just a few minutes later, and you can see that the light is now starting to really cast itself across the image. Now the problem here is, because this is a ski area in the winter, you can see various ski lift paraphernalia, and in fact the one thing I don't like, and it's a bit soft this down here, is this orange area here, which is obviously just a barrier for the skiers. So it is a working landscape, you know, it's not some far-flung place with no access. This is a working landscape that is a lot of tourists visit in the winter, and the skiing is very important for the area. So it's just little things like that to watch, though, that obviously would make this an image I wouldn't sort of put out and about, so to speak. You could obviously clone it out, but I'm not really into doing things like that. Not that there's anything wrong with it. So what I did do is just tighten up a little bit on the composition, and I've mentioned it on some of the other videos, is that if you're using a square, it can be really nice if you've just got some triangles, especially if they recede slightly left to right behind each other. Now the light had moved and there's a bit more coming in behind here, and I've applied a softish grad just to the top, just to bring that down a little. Now there was some darker cloud, but I have accentuated that with the use of the grad. And in my opinion, I prefer this slightly tighter crop into the square, and I actually will have shot that square at the time, so I've not cropped it afterwards. I like to use the live view, or if you've got a mirrorless, the actual through the viewfinder, to compose and shoot while I'm there. If I'm cropping afterwards, it's usually because I've not done it right at the time. So it's always about trying to get it as close as possible while you're in the field. Anyway, that's enough of the Dolomites for now. I'm going to be with you again with some more videos from France, from the south of France, in fact, in the Maritime Alps. So do come back, and we'll be going through some images from there very soon.